component for you defensively this year, trying to take a step from what you did last year?
Probably just trying to stay in front of the ball better, picking up at half court or beyond half court. That's Coach wants that every time, and I try to do it every time. Sometimes I get a little tired, but I try to challenge myself to be that defensive player. And then I feel like once I get going on the defensive end, my offensive game kind of comes to me. So that's all I try to do. I just try to start on defense, get it going, and hopefully it can spark something to where the whole team gets involved. So.
Was there a point in time where you realized that your individual play defensively carried over and helped the team defense as well?
I think so. I feel like sometimes when I'm getting after it, because the team knows that I'm really competitive. So I think once they see me get after it, they kind of want to, follow after me. But I mean, some of the other guys like Nate sometimes will come in and give us a spark on defense. So, but usually, I mean, I'm starting at the point guard position, so I just try to get that going, so we won't have to wait so late in the half to be able to pick up the intensity. So.
Better is this team at this point in the year defensively, and how good can it be by the time you're done?
Yeah, I think we're just buying into the defensive end faster than we did last year. I think last year we didn't start playing defense as good as we did in the run until the ACC tournament. But this year I think that we're starting to learn that defense is the key. And I think it's just because we have veterans returning from last year that knew that once we stepped up our defensive game that we were just able to win games.
So you don't expect Coach to be giving you any speeches in the locker room about how last year's team or his last championship team picked it up defensively and
right.
He did last year?
I mean, I still think we can get better on the defensive end. There's still some things where, like closing out, stopping the middle drive, I think we can still get better with that. And then just trying not to foul. So I still think we have room to grow. But I think at this point, I think that we could say we've done a pretty good job of trying to stop teams from scoring and not just try to outscore teams all the time. So.
How much deeper are you picking up your guy in the backcourt now as opposed to last year?
Yeah, I mean, I just try to pick up at the free throw line. Sometimes it's tricky, or sometimes it's hard because you have guards that are really quick, so it's kind of hard to stay in front. But I just try to make them change directions as much as they can before they get into their half-court set. And I mean, sometimes they just walk the ball up, and we want a fast pace. So if we can try to speed them up and take them out of what they want to do, that's something that coach wants.
Does it help you lock in on that possession a little bit more for the deeper you pick them up, or is there any difference?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, especially with at the start of the game, you're just coming out of warm-ups and stuff, and sometimes you have like the national anthem and everything, so you get a little bit cold. So I just try to get myself going so I won't have to wait so late in the half to be able to get warm and all that. So I feel like if I pick up, in the backcourt, that helps me get going. So.
Yeah. Are you guys different offensively? There's more spacing, and the offense just seems to be more free flow.
Yeah, Coach does a great job of expressing to our big men, trying to get them out of the block. Sometimes they'll sit there a little bit too long and try to post up. So now they know that if they don't get the ball, either go screen away or screen on the ball, and I think that helps with attacking and getting into the paint, which leads to either the big guy rolling or a kick out for a three. So we've done a great job of doing that lately. And then I think we have a lot of balanced scoring, whether it's Justin, whether it's Kennedy, Isaiah, or Nate coming off the bench. I think that's a good thing because when teams go into the scouting report, they just can't focus on one guy. So.
With guys spending less time on the block down low, is that maybe a departure from how it was in years past? Are they down there less often maybe when they don't have the ball?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, like last year, we would want Bryce to get on the block because, I mean, you throw it down to him, it was pretty much a bucket every time. So, but this year, I mean, it's the same thing, but Coach just feels that we have a lot of space and, it's hard for teams to guard us compared to if the big guys are just sitting on the block the whole time. It takes away from the guards to be able to attack the paint. So.
With the rules and emphasis being what they are, how much have you changed defensively in terms of, you know, how you use your hands, how you try and guard?
Right. It's very tricky just because, I mean, when you close out and a guy starts to go in, your initial movement is to put your hands out to try to stop him. So, I mean, I would rather for them to shoot a three than to try to get to the paint. So what I do is I just try to close out short to where they won't be able to drive past me so easily. But I mean, it's just hard because sometimes, like I said, your initial movement is to put your hand out. So I just try to keep my hands out of there as much as possible and just try to slide my feet. So. Yeah.
Outside of that, offensively, knowing that you might get a call, you get closer in somebody's body, how are you kind of using that to your advantage?
Yeah, just trying to attack. Especially when it's coming off the ball screens, attacking the big guy, or if we're moving the ball pretty well and you get a kick out, you know, if you can pump fake and try to get to the paint, I think that's something that you could do because I mean, like you said, they call so many fouls with the hand checking and everything. So sometimes it plays into your advantage, and sometimes it's a disadvantage. But you know, it's the rules, and you got to go by them. So.
With respect to Indiana, how much can you translate what you guys faced in the Sweet 16 game last year to what you're going to be dealing with tomorrow night?
Yeah, just continue the pace that we're playing at, getting up and down the court, and just focusing on what we have to do, and not worried about what they're doing. And if we, like I said, if we continue to compete on the defensive end, I think that'll take care of anything. Because if we could stop them from scoring and be able to rebound the ball or get a steal and get out on the break, that's what we want to do. So.
How are they different? How are they similar from the teams you guys face?
I haven't paid much attention to them yet, but I haven't seen many of their games. But I'll see today. But right now, I don't know, you know, what's their strong points and what's their weak points or how they're different from last year. So I just know that they, I don't know. I think they want to play at a fast pace, but I mean, if they do, that goes right into our hands. So.
Understanding that you haven't played in an environment quite like you're going to play tomorrow night, how is playing so many games away from home prepared you for this?
Yeah, it's a good thing for us, especially our freshmen. You know, they've been getting a lot of playing time these last couple of games, so it's good that they've gotten the experience to be able to play, you know, away and feel the environment and how it is. And I just think as a whole for us, I think it's just good for us, and it's something that we want. That's what we come to college for. We want to play in an atmosphere like this, so I think we'll be just fine.
As an older guy who's played at Duke, at State, you know, some really tough places to play,
Yeah. Do
you sit down with Tony and Seventh and Brandon and kind of give them the scouting report as to what to expect, or you let them go out there and kind of experience it on their own?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, we'll sit around and talk about it and how, you know, it's fun to play in front of a crowd like that, and then some of it is just, you know, experiencing it on your own. So once they get out there, they'll feel, you know, how it is. So it's a little bit of both. Yeah.
Joel, do you pay attention to what some like TV guys are saying? Like Jay Bill said, y'all are the most complete team you've seen. You see that, and if so, like, what do you take from what guys like that are, I guess, saying such good things about you so early?
Yeah, I mean, sometimes that could be a bad thing because you don't want to peak around this time. I mean, it's just the start of the season, so I think that we're a complete team, but I still think at the same time we can get better in areas, you know, on the defensive end, on the offensive end. So I think we have a complete team because we have a lot of guys coming back from last year. But like I said, I still think that we can get better, and I do pay attention to, you know, what they're saying out on the media, but at the same time we still have to continue to work and get better as a team. So.
Anybody else? Joel, coach is going to coach his 1,000th game tomorrow night. The college guys is for 3rd year. Can you even put that in perspective, being around for 1,000 games?
Yeah, yeah, that's a lot. But I mean, he's a great coach, and he's done a great job throughout his careers of coaching at Kansas and here. So, I mean, I really don't know what to say because that's a lot of games, and especially in college. But like I said, he's a great coach, and I mean, I still think that he'll still have a lot of more games under his belt. So.